Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. It's sincerely Michelle. I just want to, me, I always want to come on here and talk about something. It's so crazy because it'd be so much to talk about. It's like some things, it's like, oh my God. It's like, it'd be like just unbelievable stuff. Like, and you'd be like, But, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's just wanted to come on and talk a little bit. Um, so when you come from the U.S., obviously I know everything is different. It doesn't run the same way. Um, you got to get used to some stuff that you have not had to get used to, and some days for me anyway, some days I conquer all things that happen in my day that pops up. And then it be those days that you be like, are you serious? And it just just throw your whole everything off. So I know I talked about the barrels and I said, oh, I got the barrels, whatever. So in the barrels I bought a lot of food. And when I was buying the food, I think, and this is something that we all have to, it just is like a little note to keep in our head. When we are packing barrels and we're packing, obviously your clothes or your personal things, whatever you want, that's what you want. But when it comes down to food, if you're sending food like I did, because obviously I didn't know what the food, how that would go, and I didn't know about if they have like the same seasonings that we have, and certain things. I don't know about anybody else, but certain things I had to have it. Had to. It was no, if they don't have it, that's all right. You can find something else. It was, I have to have this, and period. So, with that being said, I put stuff in there that I like. Like, I like grapeseed oil. I like agave because I stopped doing sugar, so I try to do the agave. Um, what else did I like? Like obviously my seasonings. I like curry. So well, I'm a lover of Trinidad curry. Let me say that first. But I also like Better Pack Jamaican curry, and the Blue Mountain, but the Better Pack. So I, I'm not thinking they would have curry down here. So I said, oh Lord, let me stack up on this curry. Then I like um like chow mein, like the Guyanese dishes, stuff like that, the Carasis stuff that's like the brownie. So certain things I just felt like, oh God, I don't want to not have those things. So obviously I bought those things. And when you're packing the barrel, you have the barrel. So you go to the supermarket or whatever, you throw the stuff in the barrel, because I knew when I was doing it, like, okay, this is stuff when I went in the store, okay, this is stuff I'm buying. I'm going to put this stuff in the barrel. This is the stuff I'm using for the house right now. So I was buying and putting, not remembering what I had already bought. So I'm doubling up. So, you know, now when I open up the barrel and I see that I have 3 barrels just full of food. And not really food, because it's mostly like seasonings, my oils, my agave, it's mostly that. It wasn't like, you know, regular food. I made through a couple of tuna fish, stuff like that in there, but not a lot. So when I started opening up the barrels and I started taking this stuff out of the barrels and realizing that I I was even sticking food and stuff inside my clothes, like if it was glass jar or whatever, not even paying none of that damn attention. So now, hence, I'm here, I'm unloading the barrels, and I see that there is a lot of food. And I said, okay. The blessing is I don't have to buy food for a long time. The only thing that I have to do right now is buy, like, onions, tomatoes, peppers, that kind of stuff, and water. I don't have to buy any food for a long time. And so that's the blessing. I'm grateful that way. Once I, start, moving to my home, I'll still probably have, I'll have some of those things. And then obviously I can start doing my garden, and I won't need to use the outside for anything but bottled water. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm grateful for that. But in the meantime, to store these things, because obviously I'm still living in my apartment. I have my lease is for the year. So I'm still living in the apartment. So now I don't want to just have, I don't know about anybody else. Same thing with my clothes. When I first got here, I couldn't live out the suitcases every day. You open up the suitcase, you close it back to, So I bought a little closet type of thing to put my clothes in a storage bin, so that I didn't have to go every day in the suitcase, out the suitcase, in the suitcase. That will tear my nerves up. So the same process with the barrel. Because I don't know what's in the barrels, obviously I have to go through the barrels, because I'm packing stuff. I was packing this stuff over a year. And so, some things when I was opening it up, I was like, oh, look at God, thank you, Jesus. Because I didn't even remember that I even had put the stuff in the barrel. But I did. I in the barrel. You would have thought I thought I was moving here to live on the outside, because I kept saying, oh, I want to live off the grid. You would have literally thought that I was going to pitch a tent and live in it. So when I started opening up the barrel, I was like, oh. I was like, what is this? It's not, you don't even know what the heck this stuff is, because I've been doing this over a year. So when I open up the barrel, I have this big thing, and I'm like, what is this? I open it up. What is it? A tent. I said, okay. Now, for some reason, when I was doing my packing and buying, I thought I was going to need a tent. I got a tent. I have, our regular fold-up chairs. We go to the beach with the games or whatever. The regular fold-up chairs. I have 3 of those. I have a tent. I have a toilet. It's a toilet that you unfold, plastic. You unfold toilet seat. It comes with the bags. You put the bag in it. You poop, you pee in the bag. You take out the bag. You throw it wherever. And then you fold the toilet seat up, and I got a toilet. So I said, okay. So I got the seats, the toilet. I got 2 hammocks. I got the couch thing that I showed you guys. Show you real quick. That would be that. My little bed looking thing there I have on there. I have a shower. So I have this thing. So it's a zipper thing. You go in it. It's like a shower, and then it comes with a bag, this plastic bag. You pour the water in it. It have a knob on it. You put the water in it. You get in it. You run it. Take the shower. I have a shower. It's just so many things that you would have really thought that I was going to live outside. But I'm grateful for having those things. I'm grateful. I'm not complaining, because you never know what your situation is going to be. But they're all survival things, and I'm glad. It's even more than that. I just can't think of everything off the top of my head. But anyway, I got all of these things, and I'm just like, okay, if I'm outside, I'm outside, and you never know. But I got all of these things, and I'm grateful. I got a bed. I got the bed that I can use outside. I have the tent, the shower, the toilet. Oh God, it's just, I literally have a lot of stuff that you would have thought I was going camping. And so I love that. So it's just a lot of things I found inside of the barrels that I didn't even realize that I actually have, but I do have them. And so, thank you, God. But I still have a lot of food. And some things I bought just stuff I needed and just household stuff that I couldn't part with, like my pots, stuff like that, and clothes. And a lot of the clothes are not even for myself. I'm planning on, I was talking to you guys in the last video about doing stuff for the villagers once I move there. So I do have clothes and stuff that I have for the villagers that I plan on giving them. So it wasn't a lot of stuff for me, but it was some stuff. The majority for me was the food and herbs. So I do holistic and I do a lot of like herbs and sea moss and different stuff like that. So I have a lot of herbs and stuff, so I try to make teas and that kind of stuff. So a lot of that. So now I have to store this stuff. Now, mind you, I have a storage. So I'm going in the barrels and I'm like, oh my God, I bought all of this. I didn't realize I bought this. I bought so many of these. So anyway, I have all these things. And so now I have to put these things up. I can't leave them in a barrel because if I leave them in a barrel, that means I don't know what I have in the barrel. Again, and you buy stuff because you're not knowing. You have to, for me, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a visual. I got to see what it is because I have to know what I have, and even when you at home, you got some stuff in front of stuff, and then you start moving stuff, and you're like, oh, and you steady buying it because you don't see it in the front, and then when you start moving stuff, you see it, and you're like, I just bought all of these. Like me, I was always that way with coconut milk, and always wind up having so much. So I'm that way. So for me, I have to take everything out the barrel and line it up and put it so I'm able to see what I have, so that I'm able to use it. But I've showed you my apartment and there are no shelves or anything like that. So I said, okay, next door, I have a local guy who makes beds and everything. I went over there, asked him, could he make me a shelf? So when I go over there, he tries to charge me 800 CDs. Okay. So I was like, no, that's a lot. So I was like, okay, no, thank you. So I was walking Cynthia home one night. And the same night, actually, I saw the guy. So I said, oh, wait a minute, don't leave me. I'm coming with you. So I started talking to him. And I went all the way back into slavery and how the people sold and how black people can't get along. We can't get along. How we take advantage of one another and how, even back then they were selling us and, it was our own people and we have to learn to come together. I just went through this whole, like an hour long, I talked to this man. And I said that you don't know that I could potentially be a help for you. We never know our blessings because sometimes we push our blessings. God sends certain people to us in our lives and then we turn around and push the people away or, turn away from the people because we don't know that that's the blessing. So meanwhile, while we're praying and we're asking God for stuff and then he sends the stuff and we push the stuff away because we don't know that that's what God sent us. So, we miss the blessing. So I went through this whole big thing with him. Anyway, by the time I finished talking to this young man, I said, okay, how much you going to charge me? He said, how much you want to give me? I said, no, I want you to tell me how much you want to charge me. He said, okay, give me 500 CDs. I said, oh, okay, I could do that. So my question to you is, how do 800 CDs go to 500? It went, I was okay with that. So it just goes to show you, they make up the prices and they give us whatever they want. If I would have been like, oh, okay, blah, 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 I would have paid the 800 CDs and I would have been out 300 CDs because he was going to give it to me. He gave it to me for the 500. So that's why with some things, I'm saying this too, that you have to be mindful in Ghana as well, because if you don't haggle with them, they will get over on you and you will be spending so much unnecessary money down here. And I don't even have no words for it because they just make up the prices as they see you come along with the American accent or any foreign accent that's not theirs. And the prices just, some are lenient and some are brutal. Like I said, 300 CDs more, like sometimes it's for 5 CD or whatever. But even that, if you going out every day and every day that you get anything from anybody is always, when you add that up weekly, monthly, yearly, like all of this money that I gave away because of them overcharging me prices. Anyway, back to this story that has me a little perturbed. So I said, okay. So I said, okay, I'll Momo you, and that's the means of money that we use down here on your phone, and everybody. So everybody has a Momo. So that's how people pay each other through your phone on the Momo app. Okay. So when I thought about it after, because after the fact, when I took everything out and I saw, I was like, oh no, one is not going to do. I said I'm going to need two because I have way too much. So I called him up on the phone and I said, okay, make me two. He said, okay, yes, madam. So I sent him the money for two. So he said it'll be done Wednesday. So the Tuesday I went there and I'm like, hey, I called him, sorry. I says, do you have good news for me? He said, yes, madam. I said, okay. I said, oh, good. I said, so can I come pick it up? And he's like, oh, no, madam. It's no Friday. I said, but you just told me. I said, okay, that's fine. So I said, no, he said Wednesday. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, then see you tomorrow. He said, okay. Wednesday come. I called him and I said, hey, Adame, are you ready for me? He's like, oh, no, madam, Friday. I said, but you told me Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. I said, I really need it because I have everything on the floor. He said, oh, no, madam, please, madam, please. He said, Friday. I said, okay, no problem. So yesterday I go. I said, okay, I'm here. He looks at me. I look at him. I see the wood that he bought just laying on the thing. He said, oh, madam, it's not ready yet. I said, you told me Friday. I said, you told me Wednesday first, then you told me Friday. I said, why don't you let me do it? I said, give me the wood and the tools and I'll do it myself. I said, because I'm able to do it. I said, matter of fact, I have a drill at home. Let me see if I can charge it up. And then I can come and you just give me the nails and I'll put it together myself because I'm accustomed to doing that. And he's like, oh, no, madam. I said, no, yes, please. I said, please let me do it because I'm capable of doing it. It's wood. You drill it in, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. It'll be done in 5 minutes. You're making me wait for something that you keep telling me. You keep pushing the day off for something that's going to take literally 10 minutes with this drill. And even if you're hammering it, because it's what, 2 holes on each side for 4 slabs. Oh, no, madam. I said, no, please let me do it. I said, I can do it. You go finish what you're doing. Just give me the stuff. Anyway, so now he said, no, I'm coming. He does it. I said, okay, well, it's 2, not 1. And he looks at me. I said, well, did you think I only needed 1? He said, oh, you needed 2? I said, you thought I gave you all of that money to make 1? And I'm, going back and forth with you for you to take the price down, and I gave you double what you told me, and now I only want 1? He was like, oh, madam, I have to go and get more wood. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you thought I gave you all of that for 1 shelf? And he looked at me and he smiled. He said, oh. I said, okay, so you only got 1. So now I'm a little perturbed, but I said, you know what? Okay. I said, okay, well, when are you going to do it? Oh, madam, I have to go buy wood and everything to the place, blah, 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 blah. I said, so when are we looking at? I said, because I really need it. He said, I'm going to do it. I said, it took this long for me to get this one, and I had to literally come over here and be like, I'm doing it in order for you to do it, and now I have to wait again for the other one, and I really, really need it. He said, oh, madam, I'm going to go for the wood tomorrow. I said, okay. So, and for me, my thought process now, and so it's a learning experience for me. First, I won't pay you all of it. And normally I don't. I normally pay half and half. But he's right next door. And I just felt like it was 2 little shelves that, and that wasn't going to take no long time. Boom, boom, it'll be done. Well, lesson learned. No. Pay half because I need you to put fire up. Because meanwhile, he's over there working. He's making beds because it's a furniture store. So I hear him over there. He pounding away. So you mean to tell me you couldn't stop? You got 5 people over there to just, put this together. The other 4 people could have been working while you was putting this together for me. How long does it take just to build a shelf? Learning lesson. And again, it's God humbling me because we're so accustomed to you pay your money, you get it. You go to Lowe's, whatever, anything you do, it's right away. You get it done, and it's done. Not having to follow somebody, call them, you know, do all of these things to get it done because with them, it's no emergency. For us, it's an emergency. Them, it's like, okay, I'll do it, madam. Us, I need this done today, right? In the next hour, I'll be back. For them, yes, madam. And even when they say yes, madam, you think they understood what you said? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. They didn't understand what you said. So because they didn't understand what you said, you will be waiting a long time. If you don't have someone to interpret, certain like situations like that of what you're saying, they will yes, madam, you, and you will think that you walked away from them and they understood everything you said. And when you go back, they didn't understand one thing you said, but they understand the money part. But the rest of it, because you knew full well I didn't give you all of that money to make me one shelf. If you said to me, you're charging me 500 and I gave you 11, being generous, you know, I wanted to. And then you look at me like, oh, you want to one? Yeah, I'm just giving you money? No. So, the last couple of days, after I opened up the barrel, I don't know what that was about. Um, I just been in a little bit, like a little low energy. Anyway, so I stayed in the house, in the bed really, for 2 days with my thoughts, which that's a no-no. I know better than that. That's a no-no. We don't do that and be alone with your thoughts when you're in a situation where you're depending on people, don't understand what you're talking about. You're trying to get things, your business done with people who don't understand what you're talking about. In the meantime, because you don't know what they're talking about, they pretend sometimes like they don't understand what you're saying. And when you're trying to get your business done and get stuff done, you have to deal with people who are, you know, charging you more than they should charge you. Then you're dealing with the people who want you to give them more than what you're giving them because they're doing something for you. But then you want me to give you, but you're already overcharging me. You taking your money out when you're giving me the first price. And then now you want me to give you extra money on top of that. And then you got to get your house bill. You're depending on people. You're depending on everywhere you go of them, overcharging you. If you go with somebody, they're going in and bidding on your behalf, but you don't know if they bid on their behalf and your behalf and the person's behalf. It's a lot. Trust here is, whoa. At least in the States, you see the price that you're paying for. Here, you don't see the price that you're paying. You're relying on someone to be honest with you and give you the price that you're, the right price. But that doesn't happen because everybody is looking for the extra money. And again, we're the cash cow. You have to, it becomes, if you want it, you have to pay whatever they say. And I'm telling you, some people are lenient when they're charging you. Others are brutal when they're charging you what they're charging you. And I'm talking with cement. If a Ghanaian goes and buy the bag of cement, maybe $98, 98, one CD or whatever. If I go without the Ghanaian, even when you go with the Ghanaian, because they look at you and be like, oh, you with the foreigners, the price goes up. So what could be a bag of cement for one CD, for me, it's going to turn into, it could be up to 2 CDs. So when you're having to buy multiple, I'm talking about 100, 200, 300, 400 bags of cement, even if you're looking at saying, oh, it's only one CD, that one CD becomes a lot of CDs, which if you on a budget, borderline budget of what you're trying to spend, and if I gotta buy 400 bags of CD and you're overcharging me, I mean, sorry, of cement, you overcharge me for that. You overcharge me for the bricks. You're overcharging me for the metal stuff. So everything that I get to build this house, you're overcharging me. So a house that could potentially be, I'm gonna use U.S. money. Say the house was 80,000 U.S. money, U.S. dollars, but because you're overcharging me on everything, it's going from 80,000 to potentially 100 or 100 plus thousand, because you're charging me everything. You're charging me additional money. So if I say to myself, well, I didn't have that much and all I had was this, and that's what I budgeted for. I didn't budget it for, I have to, if I go to any place you go here, you got to pay extra. You got to pay extra. Any of your documents that you have to do, you have to pay extra. Everything is with your documents, you pay the extra on top of having to give somebody to do the documents. And it's a lot. It's a lot because you didn't intend on. So when we come here, who knows what we're bucking up on? We just come. We don't know. And even if you come to visit, people are like, oh, you go visit, blah, blah. No, you can still come to visit and not know all of that, because you're a tourist. You're visiting. So when you're a tourist anyway, you do what? Pay extra because you tip. Because in the U.S. and most foreign places, tipping is a way of, like, just what we do. We tip. Like if you do something, you go eat, whatever you do, you tip. So when you're a tourist and you tipping, so you don't think anything of that. But when you're living here and you're on fixed money and you don't have, and then you have to go through all of this, it becomes a lot. So when you're sitting, and I think that's what happened with me, I sat here alone thinking about all of these things for 2 days, and I'm like, I had to sit and ask my Father, you sent me here, so that means you're going to provide. No matter what it looks like, it's all going to work out according to your will for me. I know that I'm going to have to be humble with some things. I know there's some things that I won't even understand. I just have to trust the process. And sometimes, because I'm a flesh and a human, the process doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. It's not what I want. But nonetheless, I have to trust faith. The same way I had that faith to get on that plane and pack up and leave everything that I know, and got on that plane and came over here with never even setting a foot over here, not even knowing anyone, is the same faith that I have to have now. So I managed to get myself up out that bed, and I said, nope, get up. Get up. People don't realize how easy it is to fall into a lot of the D thing. I'm not going to say the word because that's not my portion. Or those things. And right now, for me, I'm on a standstill. It's different when I was getting up and I was going and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going. But now I'm in a standstill. I'm in a place where I have to chill out because I got to watch my money. And every time you go out, you're spending money. And then the second part is I'm waiting for my paperwork to get myself going. So once I finish, get my paperwork and go through that process, then I can start building, which then again, obviously I'm moving. I got stuff to do, and I won't be in this place where I'm just sitting here waiting by myself. And even that, I don't have to sitting in the house. I can go walking, go for walks and do those things, but I'm just saying, it's a lot. And then I also think, had I came with someone, and even though I have, people here, everybody got their own thing going on. I don't want to impose on anybody or anything like that. But it's different, I guess, if I came here with somebody with me. But I came alone, and even that's okay. It's just moments like this where I'm just sitting here by myself, and then everything is just going on, and then I got a little perturbed about the freaking captive shelf, and just feeling vulnerable and feeling like you're here all alone and you're having to deal with all of these different things. And um, I just, I just, I'm sorry, I just was in a moment. That's it. I was just in a moment. And I'm back out of the moment. I just have to regroup and just say, what I can control, I can control. What I'm not able to control, I'm just not able to control. I just have to wait for the show. And that's it. I'm going to, I'm going to finish. Let me show you what I've done so far. So I'm in this kitchen. So it looks like trash. It is trash, but it's just a bunch of plastic bags that, you had to wrap some of this food and stuff up. Still got my barrel. Gotta go through that. So I'm in this kitchen and it's just a mess. So this is the one cabinet that I got built. That's terrible. The other cabinet is because I have all of this that needs to go on the cabinet, out those bags. So this is the simple shelf that, I was looking for. And so it wasn't a big thing. It was a small thing. So like 3 shelves. So I have to wait. So today is Saturday. Sure, I'm not going to get it. Sunday, everything is closed here because everybody goes to church. So I'll shoot for Monday, Tuesday. I want to get the stuff off the floor. I want to clean up. I'm very funny with certain things, and I'll be wanting my stuff the way I want it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, and I hope this potentially help people who are trying to come and just remember some of the things that I be saying in these videos. Like, we come with our own mindsets, and we know that we have to change them, but we don't change them overnight because we come at the ages that we are, and we've been that way for so long. So we're not going to just come here and be like, oh, okay, overnight. No, it's a process. It takes time, and we flare up because because you're not used to it, and then you get upset, and it's a process. And so it's a process, and it's a lot to get used to, a lot to take in, and it's a process. And most people don't come alone. It's some of us who come alone, but for the majority, I think a lot of people come husband and wife and children. So the support is a little bit different. Obviously, you have somebody to talk to, whatever. If I had a man, I would have bought the wood myself, because all he used was a hammer, and I could have did that. Like I said, and I have a drill. So if I had a man here, then I'd probably be like, all right, just buy the wood and he put it together and we just keep it moving. But because you don't, you have to depend. They're in a rush. I'm telling you, if these people were living, some of these people lived in US and had jobs, none of them would have jobs. Everything is just laid back. Even when you go to some of the stores, they sleep. How do you be at a department store and you walk in and the workers are sleeping and you wake them up when you come in? And that it's the norm. And I'll be like, are you kidding? You walk in the store, you see people just leaned on stuff and they sleep. So it's the culture. It's the culture, and we come from a fast place where, you come in and blah, 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 blah. No emergency here, no, everything is, you know, slow. I think I'm having the challenges. I mean, I'm okay, but I think once I move in my own home, I think a lot of things will change for me, and I know that. And because I do know that, I'm just like, okay. But, like I said, some days we can deal with some things more than other days. And who knows? I'm hormonal anyway. So, I probably just had a moment, And so that's what I have. I just wanted to come on and transparency, share my journey. I shouldn't have to deal with these feelings by myself when I have all of y'all out there to help me to get through some of this and some of these encouraging words and stuff. So I've thought about that thing, and I'm not dealing with this by myself. Y'all said that y'all was following my journey, so this is part of the journey. So I'm gonna need y'all to follow the journey, right? Good and bad, indifferent, and whatever that is. This is the journey, and this is the things that happen on the journeys. And I don't want nobody to think for 1 minute that every day I'm over here partying and yes, I'm in Africa. And then you get here and you be like, wait a minute, well, where was she living or what? No, it's a mess. But that didn't change my mind. I love it here. It's just the things that you have to deal with and that you have to go through. And I'm fresh here because the people who've been here for a long time, they good. But because they know, but I've just got here, so it's all fresh and new. And when I'm here for 10, 20, 30 more years, I'll be like them, and I wouldn't be having these conversations. And I probably won't be on YouTube either. So anyway, I just wanted to stop, share this video with you guys. Just, if it can help somebody, I'm glad it'll help somebody, especially if people are coming down. You come down, you have to know with your money, it's a lot of extra spending, and a lot of laid back. And I'm gonna tell you, honey, because the people will smile right in your face. Yes, madam, and they robbing you at the same time, with not a care in the world. So if you're a haggler, this is the place for you. If like the people who pay 3 Cob Molly, or people who just, it's almost some of the, and I don't know if I should say it like this, but I'm gonna make it equivalent to. It's almost like, I'm sure for the most part, if you're from the U.S., you know what a crackhead is, someone who smokes crack. You know what that is. And and we've probably all had in our family or whatever. So when you have a crackhead, they will con you out your underwear if you let them, because they're so, they're so persistent on getting that money so that they can get high. And there's words there's stuff that they come out and they just conning you. And that's the same thing they do. Like they smiling with you, oh madam, oh give me this, blah blah. That's not the price. But like a crackhead will be able to come here and match them, just toe to toe match them, because it's the same process. Like you're trying to get what you're trying to get, and that's it. And they will come here, and this will be a paradise for them. They'll fit right in, because that's what it's all about. You trying to con me out of my money. Period. Right. And I didn't mean to offend anybody if anybody was offended by that, but I'm just saying that's what it's equivalent to for me. But anyway, thank you guys for following me. Thank you for all of my new subscribers. Thank you for all of the people who sent subscribers my way. Thank you guys so much. And please help me to continue to, I think I have to reach 500 or 1,000 subscribers, so and watch hours, and please watch the videos to the end on anyone's channel. I know, just leave it on the phone, walk away, and when you come back it'll be over, whatever. Don't scroll through, because I think they know when you do that. Just watch it, listen to what the people say. You never know what you'll get from these videos from people. I keep saying that, and I'm going to keep saying it. You never know. So please continue to like, share, subscribe. comment. I love the comments. You guys know I answer every one of them. You know, I have time now. And so, just continue to follow me and watch my journey. And help me along this journey too now, y'all. I love, my subscribers who jump in and say, oh, make sure you do this, blah, blah, because I'm learning as well. So, it helps me a lot to get through this some days. Like, oh, okay, because when you don't know, you don't know. And then some of the subscribers know because they're Ghanaian, and they'll say, oh, no, make sure you do this or you don't do that, or you do. I love that. So please continue to do that. It's such a big help. Or even, my followers that are already here and they know, continue just, help to help me, or other vloggers or other people who are trying to come or already here, because you never know what someone else knows that you need to know. So with that being said, thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you, all of the comments, everything. Continue to follow me, like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.